on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Table Talks. My name is Riley.
My name is Nick.
And I'm Mike.
Hey, you didn't see that coming, did you? Mike's here, which is why this is audio only. It seemed easier to go audio only for this rather than having some sort of two-camera random setup, and it didn't need to be that complicated. But we just went and saw Escape Room. There's been a little buzz going around that Escape Room is actually not complete trash. And it is a pleasant surprise to the January horror film collection that often is trash. January horror films have a reputation of being trash. Yeah, now the question is, does Escape Room fit into that trash category? Is it a pleasant surprise? Is 2019 the turn that horror movies need? It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's not as bad as some of the January releases we've had in the past 5 years, but it's not great.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not great.
I'd say there are moments that are really good. I'd say there's some really good set design and stuff.
Yeah, actually,
moments.
there's some mind-blowing set design. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
What was the budget on this film? Does anyone know? You go and look that up, and I'll go and. But yeah, you have sets that are completely upside down.
Mm-hmm.
You have moving things. You have things lighting on fire. There's just a lot going on. So you would think they would cost a lot of money, or how much of that is CGI?
I don't know. I feel like not too much of it was CGI.
If it was pretty clean CGI. There were some parts where you had, I'm not gonna, because we're not gonna avoid spoilers, but there's the elevator type part. I could tell that was CGI.
Right.
But obviously,
$9 million.
$9 million.
Not bad.
That's actually pretty insane.
Yeah.
I'm actually really impressed.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna shit on their budget. They're gonna make a lot of money.
As of yesterday, this January 6th, it rolled in $18 million.
Well, already got your money back. Easy stuff. So one of the things that's interesting to me, you're not really given much in terms of characters. And I think the development, it seems like there'd be good development, but even after being developed, you don't really like anybody. That was one of my biggest issue while watching. I was like, man, I just don't really care about any of these people.
Really?
Ben was kind of it for me.
Yeah. See, I more related closely with Zoe.
See, we're supposed to like Zoe.
Yeah, and I think I did.
She's all right. She's all right.
I thought she was the best actor.
I think,
in my opinion.
I know she went through some sort of event. We kind of get that from the start, that she went through some serious shit. But she's almost too quiet, almost too humble. And I think they kind of forced that innocent onto us, and that's it lost me a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of relating to her. But yeah, I mean, she obviously she comes out of her shell a bit in the film, which is nice. But I don't know if it just, something about the characters in general just kind of felt weird to me.
So there's these backstories that get thrown on to each character. Did they miss one? Did they just kind of forget up until towards the end?
Who were you referring to?
The nerd. What's his name?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot. I'm terrible with names, so bear with me.
Because I feel like each character got their PTSD.
Except Dave. I think Dave is his name.
Except for him, I feel like he was the only one that we never got his PTSD treatment.
It is said
true.
what happened,
but way after way after everybody's done.
Yeah, and they kind of just look over. There's oh, this is why we're in this room, because this is
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's one line that explains it, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Also, I liked him a lot as a character. I could relate to him a lot, and then he just he kind of disappears pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I was literally, dude, I could relate to this.
not who I expected to separate first.
Yeah, that's a shame. And one of the things,
Danny.
I knew there's a D in there.
That's right.
Yeah. So obviously they're in an escape room. You got that much, but it's one of those escape rooms that go from one room to the next and to the next. And it's kind of like, can you believe that this is really happening? Because the first room, fine. I could see it being realistic, but then you get to a point where you're outside.
The second room was second/third.
Yeah.
That was harder to believe that they could control it to that extent.
Yeah, and especially because they do this whole thing because it's outside. I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but it's outside. But there's this element of having to go through ice and there's water, but like, how the hell is the water that deep?
Yeah, and then
are they filling an elevator shaft in the building?
They must be, and then they have the wall that prevents them from going any further, and it like you touch it and it like digitizes. It's a force field.
Yeah.
What? What?
That's true.
Yeah, it's literally a force field that prevents you from going any further, and then then you have all that water, and that deep as well. It had to have been an elevator shaft because that fishing pole had a lot of line.
Yeah, sure did. So I'm not really sure how that all worked out. But yeah, you're slowly learning all the backstories of these characters, and it kind of comes together in a sense, but still never really ends up making sense.
No,
like you don't really get why they're doing it. There's some like details to their backstories that nobody should know except for them. And it makes no sense that the person running these games knows those details.
Right.
And we're talking like what they're wearing, like what they were thinking, man. Like it was
what
details
song was
that
playing in the background.
Yeah, things like that. Like I just don't understand where they're pulling that shit from.
Yeah, that part really didn't make sense.
Yeah, but regardless, it's exciting. Everything that involves the escape room element of the film is exciting. It keeps you on your edge. You're playing along these puzzles and you're thinking along with it. And it was just interesting. It plays out pretty well, and it doesn't feel very long.
Yeah.
Until you get to that last act.
Yeah.
That I don't even know if it's not even long enough to be an act, really. But
it was a few minutes.
Yeah, that conclusion of the film. After you get to a point where people are escaping the escape room, it takes a turn. You have somebody you find out is a game master, but you're like, who the fuck are they? And never really goes into detail about him. And then the game switches and shit. That didn't make sense, but I could buy into that. But then all of a sudden you're switching scenes, and it's 6 months later. It's literally a really, really messy and choppy ending that truly didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like the whole film, I was sitting, I'm like, you know what? Solid, decent film. All right. Good January squeeze, 6 out of 10-ish. I was thinking like the whole time. And then you got that ending, and it just ruined the whole fucking movie. Like, I really hate the ending. Especially because it brutally sets up for a sequel. Like, brutally sets up for a sequel. Like, desperate, we need to make a sequel right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where how they thought that was a good idea or how quickly that was thrown together. Like, did they really make the whole movie and it's like, fuck, we need money. We need a sequel. We need a franchise. And threw that shit on there. It was very poor. Very poor last 6 minutes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit longer of an end. But then there's a part where, this may be a spoiler, so just kind of prepare yourself. This is a spoiler. But they go back to the escape room the next day, the next morning, to where all this shit happened. And it's all gone.
Poof.
Every evidence of these rooms, it's gone. And then there's like a little bit of a twist there in what you're seeing on the walls and shit. But like really, it's gone. And it makes no sense. All these rooms. Dude, like I said, there was one outside with we're talking a goddamn river and ice and that's just gone.
I don't even know if it was the next day. It could have been, 6 hours later.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah, and it was just poof. Like it was, and then that's trying to make you think, did she imagine it all? Is this all just a fucking dream or some shit?
Yeah, you start to question that because then they use the excuse of the one dude had drugs in his body, which we know he got from the room.
Right.
So it's like, where did it all go? Yeah. Where did it all go? The big thing is that fucking outside room. You're looking at what? 20,000 gallons of water just fucking disappeared? Where'd it go?
Yeah. Yeah, some parts just didn't make sense, but I mean, I was never bored watching.
No.
From the beginning, I think, to the end, I wasn't bored.
Yeah, I think it's beautifully paced up until you get out of the escape room. The second the escape room part of the film is over, it just takes a steep decline.
Yeah, you should probably just turn off the movie. Just say.
Yeah, just end it there. Just
honestly, that's a heroic part.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a decent ending. They should have just ended it right there.
Yeah, but it seemed like they were just so desperate to keep something open for a sequel that they had to make this garbage ending.
And either the director or one of the producers has said in an interview that they have ideas and they would love to do a sequel.
Yeah.
So
and they brutally leave an open door where it seems like they're going to make one.
Yeah.
They even kind of tell you what the new escape room might be. It's just I just not a fan of the ending. Everything else seemed all right. It was acted well. It was written well up until that point.
Yeah.
And like you said, the set design is incredible. It really is. That part where they're upside down in the bar.
That's really cool.
My brain, when they were literally, the camera flips and you see that they're standing on the ceiling. Like my brain can't even like comprehend how, like what is going on. Like I can imagine designing something like that.
Yeah, very, very well done on that $9 million budget as well.
Yeah.
Well
yeah,
done.
it's pretty impressive considering.
Mm-hmm.
Just you just change the ending up a little bit, and it would be a way better film. That's literally bringing me down to my rating. Let's dive into our final ratings. I'm gonna be nice. I think 5 out of 10 is like right where it should be. It's not bad, but it's not great. And it would have been a 6 out of 10 if that ending wasn't garbage.
I agree. I think 5.5 for me. Like I enjoyed the movie. Would I watch it again? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I probably would stop paying attention for that last little scene or two. But I mean, it was very engaging. I mean, they want you to play along too, and that's fun.
Yeah,
especially for
I
us.
love escape rooms. So
Yeah,
I was down for that.
Yeah, so I think my rating is a 5.5 out of 10.
Well, I would probably give it a 6.
You jump into a 6.
I'm gonna jump into a 6. That would make our average a 5.5. But right? Yeah.
Yep.
Quick math.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 just because I really liked the upside down scene. I thought that was great. I thought that was really well done, like really well paced, and they had some killer audio going on in the background that like really kind of tied up like the whole creepy feeling. I felt like, and it's basically based off that one scene, but that's okay.
It was a big scene.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking about characters because I said that I didn't really like the characters, and I'm like, oh, maybe I did like these characters. It's because like you don't like who you're not supposed to like, which is intentional. I think the reason I kind of say that about characters is like I feel like the one they were trying to put over, Zoe, was the one I couldn't really buy into. I love the Amanda. I think she was
cool.
Her story and
I respect the troops
in the film. In the film, I feel like it was the perfect amount of I don't know the word without spoiling, inclusion, I guess, for her character.
Yeah. She plays a really cool part, and I think that between the relationship that was created between Zoe and Amanda is the one time I really feel Zoe.
Yeah.
Like that is the time I'm like, dude, okay, I get Zoe's character now. Like I respect that. But like then you go into the next room and I lost her again. Like I had her, I was like, oh, okay, I felt that, I feel that. And then they go to the next room, and then she just kind of takes this turn, which is an important turn for where the film goes. But I just don't get why.
Zoe's character was very scared and shy, to powerful to scared, to powerful to scared.
Yeah.
And it was just like you're not building a good arc. It was just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down the whole time. And then of course, you're gonna end on an up. She's your main character.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just too much.
You sort of end on an up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just an up down type of arc that really, I don't know. Thinking about it now after the fact, when I was watching, I'm like, oh, okay. Thinking about it now, yeah, that's something that's one of my critiques.
Yeah.
But again, 5.5 average between all of us. Listen, we've seen worse in January.
Absolutely. We're probably going to see worse this month.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Is it worth going to theaters and spending some money to see it? That's up to you. That's up to you at the end of the day. To me, if I were to recommend it, I'd say wait and rent it. Save a couple bucks. Wait and rent it. It's not some film that you're going to you're gonna cry over not seeing, right? Like it's not one of those films.
But if you want to go to the movies and there's like nothing else out right now other than like Spider-Man, Escape Room's not bad, not a bad choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see people going there just for entertainment reasons and not trying to think and figure out the escape rooms. If you love escape rooms, you're gonna like the movie.
And if you go to like a daytime showing or something like we did, then like you're good. Like it's like $5.
$5 costs like 20.
I think AMC everywhere has $5 Tuesday. Tickets.
So we went on a Monday.
So we should have went tomorrow. Yeah.
God,
should have went on Tuesday. But yeah, it's no blockbuster. We already knew that. But I mean, it's a decently fun movie for what it is.
Yeah. Does it deserve a sequel though?
No.
I don't think so, dude. They should have one-offed it. They should have known that and gave us a good one-off film. And if a sequel is worthy down the road, then make a sequel. But don't make it where like I need a sequel to understand where it's going.
Yeah.
Like you're giving me a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you've seen it, let us know what you guys think. Are you going to go see it? Did this convince you to go see it? Let us know in the comments below. But if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn notifications on so you miss a video or stream in the future. And let us know. We should review next. What should I go spend money on in theaters? Because I got a limited amount, so we got to make it good.
Got to start going on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays only from here on out. All right, with that, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I can't say editor roll that outro. It's different. We don't have an editor here. Bye.